Plum Brandy, Moonshine Life Group, by J.B. Wagonmaker. 5 kilograms of plums, 5 kilograms of white sugar, 20 ltrs of warm water around 30 feet centigrade, 20 to 30 grams of wine yeast. Hydrating the yeast, have about 500 milliliters of warm water at around 30 inches centigrade, and I dissolve a TBL spoon of sugar in it, but that's not imperative, and then add the yeast. Method: dissolve the sugar into 10 or so ltrs of water. A paint or plaster mixer on a drill works well for this. Mash the plums. This works best if the plums have been picked a few days before and allowed to deteriorate a bit. Place the plums in a bucket and mash them. I use a plaster mixer on a drill. When they are fairly well mashed, add some of the sugar water and remix. Mash the plum pulp, then tip into your fermenter, pulp stones and all. Top the fermenter up with the remainder of the sugar water and warm or cool water so that it is around 27 to 32 feet when full. Leave 70 to 100 millimeters head space, 150 millimeters for bigger ferments. Stir in your hydrated yeast, and that's the wash started. Racking your plum wash. Now the fun begins. This stuff has a fair bit of sediment, and I like to milk all the wash I can out, as there are some nice flavors in that mush down the bottom. Make sure the ferment has finished. Sometimes fruit washes can stall due to a low pH level. Too much below, say the 4th of may, need adjusting, and an alkaline may need to be added to keep the yeast healthy. I use hydrated lime. I also wait for most of the cap to sink, but that may not be necessary. Bale or siphon the top wine off until you get down to the sediment. There are several ways to deal with this crap, and this is how I do it. I scoop a small bucket out and tip it on a fly screen placed over a bucket until it gets too thick for that method, and then I put it in a towel and wring the towel out. The resulting wash is pretty sludgy, but with a good rolling boil you shouldn't get any issues with scorching. I never have. Make sure you do good cuts with fruit brandy. Fruit contains pectin, and the yeast will turn that pectin into methanol. The methanol will fraction off in your head cuts. You can blend some tails in to add a complexity to the spirit, but don't bother blending in any heads. Cheers. Moonshine Life Recipes Group.